Your morning shapes your day. There's a quiet, powerful truth that many high achievers and fulfilled individuals understand. How you start your morning sets the tone for the entire day. Your first hour, often called the golden hour, acts like the foundation of a house. If it's solid, the rest of your day is more likely to stand strong. But if it's chaotic, rushed, or reactive, everything that follows can feel off balance. Think about the last time you woke up late, skipped breakfast, checked your phone immediately, and rushed out the door. Chances are, the rest of your day felt scattered, tense, or unproductive. Now contrast that with a morning where you woke up with intention, moved through your routine calmly, and gave yourself time to breathe and reflect. The difference is undeniable. When you wake up and immediately step into a space of reaction, responding to emails, texts, or social media, you are giving away control. You're allowing outside forces to dictate your mood, your priorities, and your energy. But when you start your morning deliberately, through habits like mindfulness, exercise, journaling, or reading, you're reclaiming that power. You're choosing to lead the day, not chase it. This isn't just about productivity, it's about peace. A well-structured morning gives you clarity. It gives you time to think, set goals, and remind yourself of your values before the noise of the world arrives. It becomes a moment of solitude in a busy world, where you get to align your mind and heart with what truly matters. Physiologically, morning habits have a powerful effect on your brain and body. Early movement activates endorphins that boost your mood. Morning sunlight helps regulate your circadian rhythm, improving sleep and energy. A healthy breakfast fuels your body, and reflective practices like gratitude or goal setting prime your mind for focus and positivity. Your morning doesn't have to be long or complicated to be impactful. Even 15 to 30 minutes of intentional time, spent in silence, in motion, in thought, or in creativity, can be enough to shift your entire day in the right direction. Over time, this practice becomes a habit, and that habit becomes a lifestyle. A lifestyle that supports who you want to be and the life you want to create. The most successful people don't leave their mornings to chance. They design them, they protect them. Because they understand that a strong morning is the gateway to a successful, meaningful day, and ultimately, a successful, meaningful life. So start small, start simple, but start strong, because your morning isn't just the beginning of a new day, it's the beginning of your next chapter. Create before you consume in today's hyper-connected world. The moment we wake up, we're bombarded with information, emails, texts, social media, news headlines, and notifications. It's easy to fall into the habit of reaching for our phones before we've even taken our first deep breath. But here's a powerful principle that can radically improve your focus, creativity, and self-worth. Create before you consume. What does this mean? It means choosing to express yourself before absorbing the voices of the world. It means prioritizing your thoughts, ideas, and goals before allowing external information to shape your mood and direction. When you begin your day by creating, whether that's writing, planning, drawing, praying, exercising, or building something, you are leading. You are telling your mind and your spirit, my voice matters, my actions matter. On the flip side, consuming first thing in the morning often leads to comparison, distraction, and a reactive mindset. You scroll through someone else's highlight reel on Instagram and suddenly feel inadequate. You read breaking news and instantly feel stressed. You check your inbox and begin the day solving other people's problems before you've even addressed your own goals. This doesn't mean all consumption is bad, far from it. We learn, grow, and stay informed through reading, listening, and watching, but timing matters. The first part of your day is when your mind is most clear, most open, and most creative. That window should be protected and used to build, not just absorb. Creating first empowers you. You start the day with purpose and intention, even small acts, writing a paragraph, sketching a design, setting your top 3 goals, or taking a mindful walk, can anchor you in a sense of control. And that control fuels confidence. There's also a psychological benefit. When you create before you consume, you're investing in yourself. You're sending a powerful message to your brain that your ideas and your energy are worthy. Over time, this cultivates self-respect and inner peace because you're not constantly being pulled by the noise of the outside world. Many of the world's most successful individuals, writers, entrepreneurs, athletes, swear by this practice. They wake up early and get their most important work done before the world intrudes. That sacred morning space becomes a wellspring of progress, insight, and clarity. You don't need to be a professional artist or author to benefit from this. You just need to be a creator of your life. That could mean journaling your thoughts, planning your goals, stretching your body, or even just breathing deeply while visualizing your day. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for your phone, reach for your notebook, or your running shoes, or your thoughts. Make something, feel something, move something, create before you consume, and you'll find that you're not just surviving the day, you're designing it. Start with small wins. We often think that transformation comes from big, dramatic changes, the kind that shift your entire life overnight. But real, lasting change usually begins with something much smaller, a single step, a tiny victory, a small win. Small wins are those manageable, positive actions that give you momentum. They might seem insignificant in the moment, but they create a ripple effect. When you start your day with a small win, making your bed, drinking a full glass of water, stretching for 5 minutes, or writing down 3 goals, you are telling your brain, I'm in control. I've already succeeded at something today. That shift, though subtle, is powerful. Psychologically, small wins build confidence. They activate a sense of achievement and progress, which is incredibly motivating. When you achieve one goal, no matter how small, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical linked to reward. That rush of positivity pushes you to keep going, to chase the next win, and to build consistency. This is why elite athletes, top entrepreneurs, and peak performers across every field often follow morning routines packed with simple habits. It's not about complexity, it's about consistency. They understand that every win, no matter how small, contributes to a mindset of success. Think of small wins as bricks. Lay one each morning, and over time you'll have built something solid and lasting. You'll have proof that you can follow through, that you can build discipline, and that you can handle larger challenges as they come. For example, if your goal is to become healthier, a small win might be choosing water over soda, or walking for 10 minutes before work. If your goal is to become more focused, a small win might be starting the day without checking your phone for the first 30 minutes. These aren't grand gestures, but they are movements in the right direction, and that direction is everything. Importantly, small wins lower the barrier to action. When we focus only on the end result, losing 30 pounds, launching a business, writing a book, it can feel overwhelming and paralyzing. But when we break it down and commit to small, daily victories, we turn the impossible into the manageable. We gain momentum, and momentum creates motivation. Over time, these small wins stack. They become habits, and those habits become the backbone of your lifestyle. Starting your day with a few small, intentional actions sets a positive tone. It creates structure in a chaotic world. It tells your brain, I'm making progress, and that mindset echoes throughout your day. So don't underestimate the power of doing something simple, consistent, and positive. Make your bed, write a gratitude note, read a single page, stretch, smile. These aren't trivial. They're training your mind and spirit for something bigger. Because when you start with small wins, you build the strength, focus, and belief needed to achieve big goals. Design a morning ritual that aligns with your purpose in a world full of distractions. A consistent, intentional morning ritual can be your anchor. It's more than just a routine. It's a personal ceremony that sets the emotional and mental tone for the day. But here's the secret to making it truly powerful. Your morning ritual should align with your purpose. Your purpose is your why, the reason you get out of bed, the deeper motivation behind your goals. When your morning ritual reflects that purpose, it becomes more than just a list of tasks. It becomes a foundation for living a life of meaning and direction. Think about it. If your purpose is to inspire others through creativity, your morning might include journaling, sketching, or reading something thought-provoking. If your goal is to lead a healthy, energetic life, your ritual might include stretching, meditation, and a clean breakfast. If you're working toward building a business, your first moments might be spent reviewing goals, planning your top priorities, or visualizing success. The key is to be intentional. Instead of copying someone else's morning routine, reflect on your values. What kind of person are you becoming? What kind of energy do you want to bring into the world today? Then reverse. Engineer a morning ritual that supports that version of you. Start with 3 to 5 simple practices. Here are a few categories to consider. Mind activities that bring clarity and focus. Examples: journaling, reading, planning, affirmations. Body actions that energize and strengthen you. Examples: exercise, yoga, hydration, cold showers. Spirit habits that connect you to purpose or peace. Examples: prayer, meditation, gratitude, visualization. You don't need to do everything at once. Even a 20-minute ritual can be powerful if it's consistent and purposeful. The goal is to engage with your inner world before the outer world demands your attention. Also, make your ritual enjoyable. This isn't punishment, it's self-investment. Create a space you love. Use tools that inspire you like a favorite journal or playlist, and allow yourself to fully engage with each part of the routine. When your morning ritual aligns with your purpose, you don't just start the day, you launch it. You remind yourself with every habit who you are and what you're here to do. That clarity protects you from drifting into distraction or reacting to other people's agendas. Over time, these small daily rituals compound into powerful shifts. You begin to notice more confidence, more calm, and more control. You become a person of intention, not because you're doing more, but because you're doing what matters. So take a step back, reflect on your purpose. Then ask, what can I do each morning to honor that purpose? That's the ritual worth creating. Avoid the snooze button. Honor your commitment to yourself. It seems harmless. You wake up to your alarm, still feeling tired, so you hit the snooze button. Just 5 more minutes. Then maybe 5 more. And before you know it, you've delayed your morning, rushed your start, and already broken the very first promise you made to yourself that day. The snooze button may seem like a small indulgence, but it has a much larger impact than most people realize. When you hit snooze, you're not just delaying your wake-up time, you're delaying your momentum, your discipline, and your confidence. Waking up when your alarm goes off is a form of self-respect. It's a micro-commitment that reinforces your integrity. Every time you get out of bed on time, you tell yourself, I do what I say I'm going to do. That small act of discipline builds trust within yourself, and trust is the foundation of personal growth and success. On the other hand, every time you snooze, you're signaling the opposite. My goals can wait, my plans can be delayed, comfort comes before commitment. It may be subconscious, but over time it chips away at your sense of control. It becomes easier to put things off, harder to follow through, and more challenging to stay motivated. Scientifically, hitting snooze also disrupts your sleep cycle. When you fall back asleep after your alarm, your brain re-enters a new sleep phase it doesn't have time to finish. This makes you feel groggier and more tired than if you had just gotten up. That sluggish feeling, known as sleep inertia, can last for hours and negatively affect your focus, decision making, and energy. So how do you break free from the snooze habit and honor your morning commitment? Start by reframing your mindset. The alarm clock isn't your enemy. It's your accountability partner. It's there to remind you of your purpose, your goals, and the person you want to become. When it rings, let it be a trigger to act with discipline, not delay. Set your alarm with intention. Place it across the room so you have to get out of bed to turn it off. Prep your morning the night before. Lay out your clothes, prepare your journal or gym bag, and decide exactly what you'll do when you wake up. This gives you a clear path and removes the need for mental decision-making when you're most vulnerable. But most importantly, make waking up on time a non-negotiable, not because it's easy, but because it's a powerful way to prove to yourself that you keep your word. that you're in charge, that you're committed to becoming your best self. Avoiding the snooze button is about more than waking up. It's about waking up to your potential. It's a daily act of self-leadership. When you honor that first promise, the rest of your day begins with clarity, purpose, and momentum. Consistency is the key to transformation in a world that glorifies overnight success and instant results. It's easy to overlook one of the most powerful forces behind real change: consistency. It may not be flashy or exciting, but consistency is what bridges the gap between goals and results, between dreams and reality, between who you are today and who you want to become. Transformation doesn't happen in a moment. It happens in a series of small, repeated actions done day after day, even when no one is watching. And this is what makes consistency so powerful. It's not about doing something once with intensity. It's about doing the right thing repeatedly with intention. Think about a drop of water. One drop alone doesn't change anything. But drip after drip, over time, it can wear down stone. The same is true with your habits. One workout won't make you fit. One early morning won't make you disciplined. One journal entry won't change your mindset. But repeated daily, those small acts become transformational. The magic of consistency lies in its compounding effect. When you show up every day, whether motivated or not, you build momentum, your body begins to adapt, your mind becomes more focused, and your identity starts to shift. You stop trying to become someone new, and you start being someone new. Consistency also builds trust with yourself. Each time you follow through on a commitment, you prove to yourself that you're reliable. You start to believe deeply that change is possible. This self-belief becomes a powerful motivator that carries you through the hard days when progress feels slow or invisible. It's important to remember, consistency doesn't mean perfection. You don't have to get it right 100% of the time. You just have to keep coming back. The person who succeeds is rarely the one who never messes up. It's the one who doesn't quit after they do miss a day. Get back on track. Slip up. Don't wait for Monday. Start again tomorrow. To build consistency, start small. Pick a few simple, meaningful habits and commit to them daily. Maybe it's waking up at the same time, writing for 10 minutes, walking after meals, or reflecting each evening. Set the bar low enough that you can do it even on your busiest days. Then build from there. Also, track your progress. Seeing a streak on a calendar or checking off a habit tracker reinforces the behavior and keeps you motivated. Celebrate your consistency, not just the results, because in the end, it's not what you do occasionally that transforms your life, it's what you do consistently. So be patient, be persistent, and show up, even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it, because that's when true transformation is taking place, not in the big moments, but in the quiet, consistent ones.